Chosen one, have you ever felt that you carry something extraordinary, but the world seems to react strangely to you, as if they see something that even you don't see? This is no coincidence. There is a divine gift hidden within you, but here's the truth. This power is so great that, without wisdom, discernment, and patience, it can turn against you. The confusion, envy, and even harm that often arise around you are not random. There is something in you that bothers the world and needs to be treated with the utmost care, silence, and sacred responsibility. And what if I tell you that today, you will look at your life through a new lens, understand why you were destined to carry this power, and discover how to protect it? Get ready, because by the end of this video, the truth that many have tried to hide will finally be revealed. But beware, what you are about to discover may change everything. Perhaps you have noticed that, from an early age, your experiences were different. You felt out of place, misunderstood, and even rejected by those who were supposed to support you. It's as if your presence caused discomfort in some, while others were inexplicably drawn to you. But the truth is that this reaction from the world is not for nothing. There is a force within you that few can understand, and it is precisely this force that bothers them. Perhaps you have noticed that, wherever you go, people seem to look at you differently, react strangely, or even distance themselves, as if somehow they could sense something in you, something that you don't even fully understand yourself. Today, I will reveal to you what this secret power you carry is, how it manifests in your life, and most importantly, why it must remain hidden forever. Stay with me until the end, because this discovery can completely change the way you see yourself and how you face the world around you. Being a chosen one is not your choice, but a calling that comes from before your birth. You were separated from the ordinary world, molded, and prepared for something much greater than anyone could imagine. This calling transcends human logic and understanding because it does not originate from the earth, but from the divine. There is an undeniable purpose in your life, something so powerful that if revealed inappropriately, it could shake the very foundations around you. Being a chosen one means carrying a mission that only you are capable of fulfilling because you were the one who received the necessary spiritual tools, even though sometimes you still don't see them. Constant rejection is one of the first signs that you may be a chosen one. From an early age, you notice that you are treated differently. Friendships dissolve without explanation, doors close when you least expect it, and the people around you seem not to understand who you really are. This does not happen by chance. This rejection is how the world reacts to something it cannot understand. Your light bothers those who live in darkness, and your mission challenges the status quo. It is through these rejections that you are refined and prepared to face your true purpose. In addition to rejection, there is also an extreme sensitivity to the spiritual world. The chosen ones carry such a strong connection with the spiritual that they can perceive things that go unnoticed by most people. You feel the energy of an environment, intuit the hearts of people, and sometimes even sense events before they happen. This sensitivity is a gift, but it can also be a burden. The spiritual world is real, and the battle between light and darkness is constant. Therefore, you need to learn to protect yourself, discern the signs, and keep your mind connected to what is pure and true. Another striking sign is the feeling of not belonging. How many times have you felt out of place, as if you don't belong to this world? As if there were something more, something beyond the understanding of those who live only for the material? This feeling is a reminder that you were not made to conform to what is earthly. Your spirit longs for something greater, something celestial. You are not here to fit in. You are here to transform, to lead, and to guide others toward the right path. Carrying the title of Chosen One is not easy. On the contrary, it is one of the greatest responsibilities someone can have. God would never give this burden to someone who is not strong enough to carry it. Every struggle, every rejection, and every tear you shed is part of your preparation. You are not weak, even when you feel tired. You are not small, even when you feel invisible. This strength does not come from you, but from the one who chose you. God molded you to endure what many could not, and He entrusted you with a mission that will change lives. There are gifts and abilities that God gives to the chosen ones that cannot be shared with just anyone. These powers are dangerous not because they are bad, but because the world is not prepared for them. Some truths, when revealed, awaken envy, anger, and misunderstanding. Therefore, it is necessary to have wisdom to know when to act, when to speak, and most importantly, when to remain silent. The protection of your calling depends on your silence. What is sacred cannot be thrown to the wolves, and your gifts are so valuable that they must be guarded with zeal. Have you noticed that your battles are greater than those of the people around you? This happens because the enemy knows your potential. From the beginning, he tried to prevent you from rising. The attacks you faced were not by chance. The enemy knew that if you discovered who you really are and started using your powers, nothing could stop you. Every attack was an attempt to silence you, to make you give up before fulfilling your mission. But here is the truth: the greater the attacks, the greater your purpose. The path of a chosen one is marked by challenges that shape your character and strengthen your faith. The pain you felt was not in vain. Each difficulty was training, a way to teach you to fight with the spiritual weapons given to you. The weight of trials is part of the process because gold is purified in the fire. Do not be discouraged by the struggles of the present. See them as the necessary preparation for future victories. The deeper you are tested, the higher you will be lifted. Chosen ones do not live only for themselves. They are called to impact the world, to transform lives, and to be light in the midst of darkness. Your testimony, your words, and your life are instruments in God's hands to reach those who are still lost. Therefore, you cannot give up. Even when the path seems difficult, remember, there are people waiting for your courage, your faith, and the fulfillment of your calling. You are not alone, and every step you take toward your purpose is changing someone's destiny. No matter how great the challenges, know that you will never be forsaken. There is celestial protection over your life that the enemy cannot break. God is your shield, your fortress, and your shelter in times of difficulty. Nothing can touch you without his permission. Your calling is sacred, and whoever tries to rise against you will face the power of the one who chose you. Trust the journey, even when you do not understand the plans. Your future is already written, and it is greater than you can imagine. Being a chosen one is a gift, but also a commitment. You were chosen to make a difference, to be a voice in the silence, and to bring light where there is only darkness. The world may not understand your purpose, but those who need you will see your light. Never forget, the power you carry is divine, and it must be used with wisdom, love, and purpose. The danger of a chosen one's power arises primarily when it is not understood or controlled. This power, instead of being an immediate blessing, can become an immense burden if the chosen one does not know how to handle it. It attracts unwanted attention from spiritual and physical enemies. People around you, often without understanding why, feel discomfort, anger, or envy. This happens because the shine of a chosen one, even if subtle, stirs the shadows of those who still live in spiritual ignorance. The more you try to shine, the more you become a target, and this danger only grows when the power is exposed recklessly. In toxic relationships, this phenomenon becomes even more evident. When a chosen one awakens to their purpose, those who do not have the same spiritual evolution perceive it as a threat. Have you ever felt as if, suddenly, people around you started acting strangely? It's as if an invisible force is pulling them to sabotage your steps. In reality, it is a reflection of their own insecurities. Your light brings their shadows to the surface, and so they begin to pull you down, trying to dim your potential. This can come from friends, colleagues, and even family members. There is an essential concept that every chosen one needs to understand: the leakage of power. When you expose too much of your spiritual abilities, your intentions, or even your future plans, you create breaches. These breaches become spiritual and emotional vulnerabilities. The enemy, whether physical or spiritual, works in silence, waiting for these small failures. The more you talk, the more you lose. The more you show off, the more exposed you become. Therefore, the wisdom of silence is one of the greatest weapons of the chosen one. Secrecy protects, silence strengthens. This phrase may seem simple, but it carries a deep meaning. Secrecy is a shield. It prevents ill-intentioned people from interfering with your purpose. It is no wonder that great spiritual masters and leaders understood the power of guarding their journeys in silence. The chosen one needs to learn to protect their energy and not waste it in environments or conversations where it will not be valued. It is better that your power goes unnoticed than to become a spectacle that attracts enemies. What makes this power dangerous is its capacity for transformation. Imagine possessing a powerful flame that can light up the world, but can also burn everything around you. This is the risk of a chosen one. When they use their gifts without balance or wisdom, the power can turn against them. It is easy to fall into traps of pride or vanity, believing that your power is unbeatable. However, the true chosen one understands that humility and discernment are keys to keeping this power safe. Envy, often disguised, is one of the most common dangers a chosen one faces. Your presence bothers those who cannot reach the same level of spiritual connection or success. Even when you do not speak about your power, people feel it. They perceive your difference, your strength, and this perception can generate emotional and spiritual attacks. Many times, people you trusted become instruments of sabotage. This does not mean that they are bad, but that their shadows are activated in the presence of your light. Another aspect of danger is excessive exposure. Nowadays, where everything is shared and publicized, the chosen one needs to be even more careful. Spirituality is not something to be displayed or placed as a trophy. The more you expose your abilities, your dreams, or your blessings, the more you attract opposing forces. The enemy observes, analyzes, and finds ways to destroy what you value most. It is no coincidence that the most prosperous moments of your life often come with great attacks. Secrecy also protects against the chosen one's own distractions. When you share your plans prematurely, you not only attract envy, but also lose focused energy. Talking about your ideas or your victories releases a part of the creative power necessary to realize them. It's as if, by telling, you lose the fuel that the universe gave you to manifest your dreams. Therefore, keeping silent while working on something big is a way to keep your strength intact. The enemy knows the power of the chosen ones better than they do. That is why he tries to distort this power, creating distractions, confusions, and conflicts. When you realize that your power is dangerous, you also understand the responsibility you carry. Being a chosen one is not just a gift, it is a mission. And like any mission, it involves battles, resistance, and constant learning about how to keep your strength protected. That's why silence becomes so necessary. It preserves you. The real danger arises when the chosen one neglects their spiritual protection. You cannot ignore the importance of prayers, meditations, and strengthening rituals. Your power is real, but it will only be safe if you know how to keep it under control. Avoid exposing your battles to those who do not understand. Avoid sharing secrets with those who are not prepared to hear them. Choose silence as your refuge and understand. The power of a chosen one is like a sacred sword. When kept hidden, it becomes invincible. Have you ever felt that something about you bothers others, even when you do nothing? This is not just a coincidence. When you are a chosen one, your shine is like an intense flame that illuminates the darkness, and darkness cannot withstand the light. Hidden forces, negative energies, and even people close to you perceive this power. They may not understand exactly what is happening, but they feel that something about you is different. Your spirit has a presence that cannot be ignored, and for those who live in the shadows, this is seen as a threat. These hidden enemies are attracted to you not because you did something wrong, but precisely because you are right. Your spiritual power, your elevated energy, and your divine mission act like a beacon in a dark sea. Often, these forces do not reveal themselves directly. They act through subtle but destructive behaviors. People who once seemed like friends may start to undervalue you, question your achievements, or even sabotage your opportunities. This is a way to attack your emotions, weaken your faith, and block your path. You can identify these energies and people through clear signs. Observe those who constantly try to diminish your victories. Maybe you share something important, but instead of support, you receive disdain or empty criticism. Others may try to isolate you, distancing you from people who truly benefit you. They sow seeds of doubt, gossip, and misunderstandings. This isolation is one of the greatest dangers because a chosen one alone becomes more vulnerable. Another strategy of hidden enemies is the use of humiliation. They seek to weaken your self-esteem and make you question who you really are. When a chosen one loses confidence in themselves, they begin to doubt their own power, and this is exactly what these forces want. Remember, you are a threat to them because you carry an undeniable truth. Your light is greater than any darkness, and they will do everything to extinguish it. Now, how can you protect yourself from these energies and toxic people? The first step is to recognize the signs. Pay attention to how you feel around certain people. Do you leave a meeting or conversation feeling tired, devalued, or with a strange sensation? This is a warning. Toxic people drain your energy. They do not bring words of hope or encouragement. On the contrary, they only spread doubt and pessimism. Your intuition is a gift from God. Use it to discern who truly deserves to be by your side. Protect yourself through daily prayer. Prayer is your most powerful spiritual weapon against negative energies. Start your day in faith, asking for protection and discernment. Declare that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Cover your life, your family, and your dreams with God's light. When you are spiritually aligned, no force can bring you down. Prayer also helps to strengthen your mind and keep you focused on your mission, even amid attacks. Another important action is vigilance. Do not allow negative words to penetrate your heart. When someone tries to undervalue you, remember, the value God placed in you is immeasurable, and no one can take that away from you. Strengthen your mind with positive affirmations and the Word of God. Surround yourself with people who share the same faith and uplift you. The stronger your support network, the harder it will be for opposing forces to reach you. It is also essential to take care of your environment. Your home, your room, and your workplace should be spaces of peace and spiritual protection. Eliminate objects, music, or anything that brings negative energies. Keep the environment clean, pray over it, and invite God's presence to inhabit these spaces. A positive environment strengthens your spiritual energy and protects you from invisible attacks. Understand that attacks are a confirmation of your power. No one attacks what is not a threat. The more you advance in your mission, the more these enemies reveal themselves. Do not be afraid. This is a sign that you are on the right path. When you recognize your power and know how to protect yourself, there is no spiritual or human force capable of stopping you. Your shine was given by God, and it will not be extinguished. Your power is a gift, but also a responsibility. Stay firm, vigilant, and connected with your faith. Do not let darkness divert you from your purpose. Your light is stronger than any shadow. You are a chosen one, and this means that God has already prepared you to overcome every battle that arises on your path. Many do not understand the true wisdom behind silence. In a world where people expose their lives on social media, seeking approval or recognition, the chosen ones are called to act differently. What is secret cannot be attacked. What is protected cannot be stolen. This is a spiritual law that guarantees the protection of your destiny. When you share too much, you expose your power, opening gaps for negative energies, envy, and spiritual resistance to weaken what God is building in your life. Samson, one of the most well-known characters in the Bible, is a clear example of what happens when silence is broken. His extraordinary strength came directly from a spiritual secret, the Nazirite vow and his uncut hair. As long as he kept this secret, Samson defeated entire armies, liberating Israel from its enemies. However, by confiding the secret of his strength to Delilah, he opened a door for his power to be destroyed. Delilah used the information to betray Samson, and he lost his strength, his freedom, and nearly his life. This teaches us that revealing too much to the wrong people can be fatal for the chosen ones. You need to understand that not everyone around you cheers for your success. Often, people will smile at you, but deep down, they may be wishing for your downfall. When you share your victories prematurely, you give others the opportunity to send doubts, negative words, and envy. These elements, even though invisible, carry enormous spiritual weight. Silence, in this context, becomes a divine protection, a barrier that prevents your blessings from being stolen. Think of Jesus during his walk on earth. He often withdrew to solitary places, seeking prayer and silence. Even as the Son of God, he understood that his mission needed to be protected. There is wisdom in not revealing everything that God is doing in your life. The enemy cannot attack what he does not know. Keep your plans, dreams, and blessings in silence, and let the results speak for themselves. You, who have made it this far, know that this is no coincidence. There is something in you that sets you apart from others, a flame that many do not understand, but that you carry within yourself. The power that resides in the chosen ones is something incomprehensible to the world, and therefore it must be handled with wisdom. If you want to know how to protect your power, stay with me until the end, because I will share a practical and powerful guide that can change the way you guard and manifest the gift that God has placed in your hands. If you know this truth, and once you learn it, you will understand why it is so essential. There are gifts and powers granted by God to the chosen ones that surpass common human understanding. These are forces so intense that, when misunderstood or misused, they can become dangerous, both to those who possess them and to those around them. For this reason, God hides them within you, like a precious treasure, protected until you are ready to understand and manifest your true purpose. This concealment is not a punishment, but an act of divine love and wisdom, which seeks to preserve both the power and your path. Many underestimate the power of words, but the chosen ones know that the verb is one of the most powerful spiritual weapons ever granted by God. When you speak, you create, you manifest. However, there are times when silence is the greatest expression of strength and wisdom. God teaches that there are secrets that must be kept in the heart, for exposing them prematurely can attract energies that you are not yet ready to face. Silence protects the power, preserves its essence, and creates the perfect environment for it to manifest at the right time. The chosen ones possess spiritual gifts so elevated that, when recognized, can easily be diverted to vanity. God warns of this risk. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted. The danger lies in believing that this power belongs to you when, in fact, it is merely a reflection of the divine strength that dwells within all of us. The power must remain hidden, for its revelation should serve a greater purpose, not the ego or the pursuit of recognition. God teaches that the chosen ones are beings of transformation. They have the power to transmute darkness into light, pain into healing, and chaos into order. However, this power is not given without challenges. Before it can fully manifest, it must be tested and refined like a raw diamond. That is why you will often face adversities that seem insurmountable. Each trial is divine training, preparation for you to learn to use this power with responsibility and wisdom. God hides the gifts of the chosen ones not only to protect them, but to prevent negative energies from sabotaging them before their time. There is an invisible spiritual battle around us, and the most powerful gifts attract the most intense forces. When you realize that your power is hidden, understand it as a sign of divine protection. God is preserving you until you are strong enough to face any opposition and use your gifts to fulfill the divine purpose. The chosen ones are guardians of the balance between the visible and the invisible. The spiritual power that God placed within you is capable of altering realities, but it requires balance. When revealed prematurely or without preparation, it can become destructive, not by its nature, but by the lack of understanding of how to control it. That is why God hides it, allowing you to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, so that you can manifest this power harmoniously and beneficially. 62. Being a chosen one is answering a call that few can hear. This call is silent, deep, and transformative. It leads you through unknown paths and places challenges that seem greater than you. But God does not choose the qualified, He qualifies the chosen. The hidden power is proof of your calling. It remains hidden not to punish you, but to remind you that your mission is greater than the recognition of men. Your connection with the divine is your true strength. God teaches that everything has a determined time. The power of the chosen ones is so great that, if revealed all at once, it could consume the person completely. Divine revelation is gradual, like the sunrise that gradually illuminates the darkness. Each stage of your journey reveals a new layer of this hidden power. Patience is key. When you rush, you get lost. But when you trust in God and His timing, the power manifests completely, transformatively, and eternally. The greater the power, the greater the responsibility and the need for humility. God hides the most powerful gifts within the humblest hearts, for only these hearts can use them with purity. Humility opens doors that pride closes. When you learn to walk in silence, without fanfare, without seeking glory for yourself, God begins to reveal what was hidden. Your spiritual power begins to manifest, not for your own exaltation, but to transform the world around you. God teaches that the greatest secret of the chosen ones lies in surrender. The hidden power cannot be controlled by the ego or the mind. It flows through those who surrender to the divine will. When you surrender, when you release the reins of control and allow God to guide your steps, the hidden power begins to manifest in ways you could never imagine. It becomes a living, transformative force that heals, liberates, and illuminates the path for all who cross your journey. Chosen one, you carry a light that not everyone can understand, and that is why you need discernment about whom you share your victories with. The truth is that not everyone will rejoice in your success. Some people, driven by envy or negativity, may try to weaken your energy, doubting your achievements or placing obstacles in your path. When you reveal your victories to people who do not share the same vibration, this can open spiritual gaps that drain your strength. Not everything that happens in your life needs to be shared. Protect your blessings as a sacred treasure. Share only with those who truly support your growth, people whose hearts are aligned with your divine mission. Discretion is a powerful armor on the path of the chosen. In moments when you are growing spiritually, mentally, or materially, silence is your greatest ally. Silence creates a protective field around you, shielding your ideas, plans, and transformations. The act of being silent is not weakness, it is wisdom. Silence allows you to hear the voice of God, perceive the signs of the universe, and better understand the purpose being revealed to you. Talking too much about what is still in formation can attract contrary energies and divert you from your focus. Therefore, when you feel that something is changing, growing, or flourishing in your life, retreat, take a deep breath, and cultivate silence. The secret kept in the soul is a shield against any negativity. When you feel lost, unclear, or tormented by doubt, seek refuge in prayer. Prayer is the direct connection between you and the divine, a sacred dialogue that brings answers, peace, and direction. Chosen one, understand that your spiritual power is so great that often opposing forces will try to cloud your mind. It is in these moments that you need to retreat, kneel, and seek guidance from above. God never leaves a chosen one without answers. They may not come immediately, but trust in divine timing is part of the process. Pray to strengthen your faith, to protect your mind, and to keep your energies aligned with your purpose. Chosen one of the most effective ways to protect your power is to avoid environments and people filled with negativity. Remember, energy is contagious. When you expose yourself to places where there is gossip, envy, or constant conflict, or when you stay around people who doubt your mission, your energy can be drained. You need to understand that your gift is sacred and requires a conducive environment to flourish. When you notice that a place or a person is affecting your spiritual and mental well-being, distance yourself without fear. It is not selfishness, it is self-protection. Prioritizing your peace is a way of honoring the gift that God entrusted to you. Meditation is a powerful tool for the chosen ones, as it strengthens the connection with your inner self and the divine. When you meditate, you silence the outer world and access a place of peace and clarity within you. Dedicate a few minutes of your day to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and visualize a bright light surrounding your body. Imagine this light as a protective shield, repelling any negative energy and strengthening your spirit. Meditation not only calms the mind, but also recharges your spiritual energy, allowing you to face your daily battles with confidence and balance. Fasting is an ancient practice that purifies not only the body, but also the soul. For the chosen ones, fasting is a way to connect more deeply with God and align your spiritual intentions. Choose a period in which you will abstain from something. It could be food, social media, or any other distraction, and use that time to pray, meditate, and reflect on your purpose. Fasting creates space for the divine to operate in your life, strengthens your discipline, and clears accumulated energies that may be blocking your path. It is an act of faith and surrender that unlocks miracles. Chosen one, never underestimate the power of prayer. Prayer is like a spiritual sword that cuts the invisible chains trying to bind you. Make prayer a daily habit, an intimate and constant conversation with God. It does not need to be formal. Speak with the Creator with an open heart. Pray to give thanks, to ask for protection, and to seek discernment. Prayer strengthens your spiritual shield, wards off negative energies, and keeps you connected with the source of all wisdom. When you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, pray with faith and trust, for God always responds to those who seek Him sincerely. Visualization is a powerful technique that allows you to mentally create a protective shield around you. Every day, take a moment to close your eyes and imagine a golden light surrounding your body. See this light growing and forming an impenetrable field around you, like a bubble that repels any negative energy or spiritual attack. While visualizing, mentally repeat powerful phrases such as, "I am protected, my energy is sacred, and nothing can harm me." The mind is a powerful tool, and when you use it in your favor, you create realities that reflect your spiritual strength. The chosen one has a sharp intuition, a natural connection with the divine that whispers answers in the heart. However, to hear this inner voice, you need to practice discernment. This means learning to identify when something or someone is out of alignment with your mission. If something doesn't feel right, trust your intuition. It is a gift that God gave you to protect you. Practice the habit of listening to what your heart and mind say before making important decisions. The more you strengthen this connection, the more protected you will be against external energies and influences. Understand that protecting your power means setting clear boundaries. Do not allow energy-draining people, toxic situations, or purposeless tasks to deplete your vitality. Chosen one, your mission is too great for you to waste your strength on small things. Learn to say no when something does not resonate with your peace or purpose. Prioritize your energy as a sacred resource. Set emotional, spiritual, and physical boundaries, and remember, protecting your power is an act of respect for the divine mission placed in your hands. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a power in your life that seems so special and dangerous that you had to hide it from others? Share your story in the comments. Your experience can inspire and help other chosen ones who are going through something similar. Let's build together this community of people who understand the true purpose of being chosen. Thank you for following me this far. If this content resonated with your heart, follow the channel, like, and share this video with those who might also relate. If you want to discover why chosen ones flee from the church, the next video is for you. Click now and find out.